Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to a 3-day series on upper body pain relief. It's also known as pain relief for pickleball players because I was inspired to do this by my friends on the pickleball courts. This series is being broadcast to YouTube and to Facebook, and I am using StreamYard to make it more enjoyable for you to see. So if you're watching in the Facebook group and you'd like to interact, please allow StreamYard permission to show your name and picture by clicking the link in the comments that I've already put in there. Then I'll be able to see who's commenting as well. So I would like to extend a huge congratulations to everybody watching and for being proactive and taking charge of your health. So where are you watching from? Type in the comments and let me know what city you're in, where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments. And I see we've got someone here, someone saying good afternoon. So perfect example is when permission's not granted, this is what it'll look like. So I'm not really sure who it is until after, but I would love it if you'd be able to do that so that I can see who's actually here, like this one. I got Kim here. She's saying hello. Hey, Kim. Actually, Kim's helping me out today, too. Thank you for your help, Kim. We've got Arlana here. She's watching from Penticton. Hi, Arlana. Great to see you. Welcome to this series, and I'm really excited to be able to share all of these tips with everybody. Oh, we've got Erin here as well. Erin's here. Hello from Kelowna. Hey, Erin. Thank you. Erin's helping me out as well, so that's awesome. Thank you for all of your assistance with everybody. And let's see. Oh, we've got so many people popping in. We've got somebody from Kelowna's watching as well. And yeah, so welcome everybody. I'm really thrilled to be sharing this 3-day series with you. Today is going to be a focus on neck and shoulders. Tomorrow I will be reviewing elbows, and on Thursday will be wrists. And on one of those 2 days, I'll be adding in a guided meditation part of that as well. We'll just see how it all goes. But in this series, you will be learning tips for pain relief, and you'll have the tools that you need to quickly treat any aches or pains as they arise, and also to give you relief from existing conditions. So you'll discover how easy it is to do, and the results are going to really speak for themselves. I think a lot of you will probably be surprised at just how effective just using your fingertips is going to be to alleviate some pain and discomfort. So you'll be also leaving with a renewed sense of hope and transformation, and that will get you back to living your life to the fullest. So if you're ready to take charge of your health and well-being, type in yes in the comments. Let me know if you are. I am totally thrilled to be able to share all this info. I have been a holistic practitioner for over 12 years, and these tips and techniques that I'll be sharing in this series have worked for hundreds of my clients over the years. Now, my name is Carly Penfold. I do have a Shiatsu, and I do a practice in Kelowna, and I offer a metaphysical massage, which is a combination of Shiatsu Acupressure with Reiki, with energetic healing through sound and Tibetan bowls and singing bowls. I also use aromatherapy for those effects. I'm also a therapeutic touch for health practitioner, and I do chakra balancing, and yeah, just everything energetic I love. So I like to combine all of that into what I call a metaphysical massage, and part of that is what you're going to be learning here today. Now, I've also found it. Now, I actually was teaching all of the acupressure several years ago through the city of Kelowna, through the Parkinson Rec Center. If you know that activity guide that comes out, I was teaching self-acupressure for Common Ailments through there for a couple of years, actually. And I've also taught through some of the hotels that have owners, timeshare owners, and they put together programs, and I was involved with teaching some of these self-acupressure techniques to them as well. And now since COVID's happened, and I found that my massage practice has gone down a bit, and I'm also the founder of a holistic market and psychic fair, which I started in 2015. I held over 40 live events, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with that if you're from the Okanagan area, or even have been a vendor or a participant in them. And I created that to support the holistic community. When COVID shut that down, and it is still shut down actually, I've created an online summit. I had expert panelists addressing health and wellness topics and healing circles and collective readings. And through all of this, I've just learned to bring my teaching into the online world and into an online format. So being immersed in holistic healing, I do find that the effectiveness of recovery and self-care is optimized when both the physical and the energetic bodies are supported. And I am also on the faculty of the Metaphysical School, and it's an online school, and I do have a video tutorial in there called Introduction to Meridians, and in that I do teach the source point or balancing points for each one. It is available for purchase through the Metaphysical School, but I will be giving away access to this video to a few lucky people that will be attending this series, and I'll be sharing how that can be received at some point. It might even be in the follow-up emails. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching here. I think that you really are taking charge of your health and starting to learn these tips and techniques that's going to be beneficial not only to yourself, but to your loved ones. So these techniques can be used for yourself, for your loved ones. You're welcome to share the information that I am presenting with you here today. And because the more people that are able to take care of themselves, the better. So for myself, my first experience that I had with holistic healing was when my family was living in Indonesia. I was 14 years old, and my mom took me to see an acupuncturist to help reduce my acne. So this was my first introduction to alternative therapies, and that ended up becoming a lifelong journey for me. I have used acupressure and essential oils to give relief from osteoarthritis that I have in my hip, and even more recently I injured my knee while I was wake surfing, which has taken me off the pickleball courts, and now I'm able to get back actually sooner than my physio even expected, and I'm able to do drills right now, so I'm looking forward to being able to play full games as soon as possible. And believe me, I am doing these tips and acupressure tips well, the knee one I've shared in a separate video, but similar healing techniques. So, you know, if you've experienced any neck or shoulder or elbow or wrist pain, or if you have that happening right now, please type in the comments and let me know which one it is that you're experiencing. So like I said, today will be for neck and shoulders, and over the next couple of days, the next two parts to this series, I will be sharing the tips for elbow relief and wrist pain relief, which does also include tendonitis and carpal tunnel syndrome. So if you have any of those symptoms, or even if you're like waiting for a surgery to happen, whether it's a shoulder surgery or wrist surgery, using these acupressure points are going to give you some relief from that, and actually might be surprised, might even make it even better that you don't need the surgery. But depending on where you're at, always seek out medical advice. There's obviously, like when I did my knee, I went and tried to get into a walk-in clinic, ended up having like a telephone conversation, and then I had a video call with my doctor, and then ended up going in to see a physio. And it's important that we have all the tools that we can possibly gather in order to be in charge of our own health and to be able to treat ourselves with a wide variety, like a team of people. This is one of those tools that you're going to have in your toolbox. So we've got Arlana here. She's saying, yep, mostly between her shoulder blades and her neck. Okay, well, you're going to find that there's an exercise that I'll be sharing with you using the acupressure points that's going to definitely help with that area, the neck and in between those shoulder blades. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite ones to do. So I really do believe that no one should really have to live with pain when we have these natural and free solutions that are able to help ease it or even eliminate it altogether. So I'll be sharing the points to relieve the upper body pain, how to locate them, what you're going to do with them, and which essential oils will also enhance and support those meridians that they lie along, and along with other tips that I've learned over the last decade. Also, what I'll be doing for those who have registered, I will be sending out a copy of the acupressure charts that you'll be seeing later on in this 1-hour session today. And that will be emailed out to everyone who has done that registration so that you have a copy of it for yourself that you can print off and use as you need. So who has experienced an injury that has kept you out of commission for longer than you want? Oh, and let me know, type in the comments. And is anybody wanting to decrease their pain while waiting for surgery? Again, let me know, type in those comments. Or maybe it's an old injury that just keeps returning and gives you grief and it just isn't seeming to go away. And, you know, have you tried numerous remedies or had little results? Like, let me know what's happening with you guys so that I can kind of tailor this a little bit more for you as well. And we've got Erin here. She's sharing that for herself, neck pain is one of her areas that is most prevalent for aches in her world. Oh, the neck. Oh, and she's also got an old shoulder injury. Okay, good. So the points for that, for releasing in there, if you do find that that does keep coming back, you'll be able to use these acupressure points to give you like immediate relief, and then to keep using them to also continue with your healing and supporting other things that you may be doing along with that, like icing and all of that. And we've got somebody else here, that left wrist pain is for her. Okay, so that one I will be covering on Thursday, on day 3, part 3 of this series. But you'll still be able to benefit from here too, because these meridians that we're tapping into, the meridians are 12 main channels that flow to our organs, and those are where the acupressure points come closer to the surface of the skin. Now, those are the same system that acupuncturists use with needles. Good news, we're not using needles today, and please don't try using needles at home. It's a whole other training. What we will be doing is using our hands and our fingers and other techniques that we will be covering in this series. So you will learn that, number 1, acupressure works. I've been doing this long enough and seen the results with my clients that I know that it is effective. It's healing at your fingertips, like quite literally. It's easy to do. It's non-invasive, and it only takes a few minutes each day. In fact, the only thing that's hard to do about this is remembering to do it, especially when the pain starts to go away, because at that point, you'll be like, you won't be reminded about it. And in my holistic healing program, we actually dive deeper into the 12 meridians and acupressure points. And I do guided meditations and remote healing sessions, and I provide other tips for holistic healing. And that's my year program, where we do like a meridian per month, and then all of the extra healing and bonuses. So that's my holistic healing program. I have that starting later in the fall. Okay, so the information that I am providing in this tutorial, it's intended to provide relief from common ailments, and it is not intended as a substitute for medical advice, like I've already said there. So please consult with a physician relating to your health, and particularly with respect to any symptoms that might require immediate attention or diagnosis. So If you've been registered, then you will have received a document that was attached to those called Tracking Your Acupressure Progress. And actually, I have a paper copy of it right here. So if lucky, just to take a moment to take a look at that of your own copy too. If you've got it printed, great. If not, what it does is shows the human body up here and all the different systems. There's the circulatory system, the nervous system, the respiratory system, digestive system, skeletal and muscular system. So that's showing up there. And then on this chart, mark on there where it is that you are experiencing any pain or discomfort, which system it is, and then underneath that, you can continue to finish the sentence of where would you like to have relief from? Is it pain in your fill in the blanks? Is it tension that you have? Is it numbness? Do you have any skin problems even? And anything else that's other, there's room for you to complete that in there. This is going to be really useful for you to track your progress. And so to start with, for day 1, please indicate where you are on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the most minimal amount of discomfort and 10 being the strongest. So mark on there where you're at today. For day 1, where do you feel this discomfort? What level is it at? Because you'll be able to come back and revisit with this after day 3, after day 7, and after 3 weeks, day 21, and be able to chart your progress and see how it goes. Like I said, one of the hardest things to remember to do is to actually remember to do it. So I do have a little sentence in here as well, which is a commitment to yourself that you plan to practice self-acupressure for 10, 20, or 30 minutes each day. So go ahead and decide how much time you're willing to commit to yourself for self-healing. Chart that here, and even if you decide to do like even 30 minutes a day, that can be broken up into segments. You could do three sessions of 10 minutes each day, or 2 of 15, like 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. So this chart's going to be extremely helpful for you to track your progress, and I really would like to suggest that you do print it and fill it in and start to track using the tips that we'll be working with today. And in my program, actually, I do have that 21-day challenge for the end. We do have that in there as a challenge for my year-long program that we do. All right, so let's see. So what we're going to be looking for are the acupressure points, and they're known as tsubos, or hollow bowls, because there's actually an indentation that you're going to be able to feel. And the size of it's not a pinpoint. It's actually, the acupressure points are about the size of a dime to the size of a quarter. And when we activate or sedate these points, essentially we're going to be gearing towards achieving balance of your chi, or your energy force that's flowing through here. So there are 12 main meridians that lead to the different organs, and they are with bilateral points on both sides of the body. At least the ones that we will be working with on this series are. There are some that are down the center, on the front and the back, but we won't be using those in this series here. So when we have balance in the meridians, the energy is able to freely flow to support the organs for optimal functioning. And the energy is known as in different ways. Like in China, it's known as qi. In Japan, it's known as ki. East India is known as prana. Essentially, it's a recognized life force, and this is what we're going to be tapping into. So ultimately, we're going to be bringing balance by unblocking the dams of energy that are obstructing this energetic flow. And what can be really key to discovering if you have the energy flowing there is you can actually start to feel these pulses in the point. Using a lighter touch will enable you to be able to feel that pulse versus like if you have a harder pressure, you may be squashing it. So if you're wanting to try to start to feel these pulses, bring your pressure back to a lighter touch. So causes of these blocks can include emotional, energetic blocks and physical conditions as well. So for those who do join my holistic healing program, you will receive access to this Introduction to Meridians video tutorial that I did for the Metaphysical School. And so that's actually included with my immersion program. And in that one, I do cover all 12 of them and all of the balancing points for each of those meridians. All right, so before we actually get into taking a look at the points themselves and doing the exercises with them, I'd like to invite everybody to just do a little bit of energetic grounding. So we're going to be focusing on the breath and taking, just observing it first. So there's, okay, actually I brought one of my Tibetan bowls. For those of you that registered early, I have already sent out a guided meditation where I use all of them and actually do a bit of a chakra balancing. So if you've missed that, if you registered after I sent that out, don't worry, because I will resend that out to everybody. It is a video that I've done, and it's quite calming, and we work with the breath, and I've got multiple bowls like this and a big crystal bowl that I used as well. Okay, so just taking a moment here to ground and focus on the breath. First, observe your breathing and how it is. And then taking a deep breath in, inhaling, exhaling, kind of letting any tension release through the neck and shoulders, since we're talking about that today. Releasing, letting go of all that's no longer needed to be carried around. Like I was saying, we have all these energetic pathways that are flowing through us, and for us to be able to just really ground in and center, we're working with energy. So the breath is one of the things that helps bring energy and vitality to our human forms. We use our breath, we use our food, and we use our environment as well, like their life force energy. So breathing in with the inhalation, imagine that as being healing, sparkling energy coming in, filling up your body, allowing that to go where it's needed. Deep breath in, and then exhaling, releasing, letting go of all that's no longer needed. The tension can be from emotional tension. It can also be from physical tension. So we're going to let go of all of that. Inhaling, exhaling, releasing, letting go. The bowl that I used today actually represents the throat chakra. Because we are working with the upper body here, I thought this one would be appropriate. So observing how you're feeling through the throat. This one that I just did went counterclockwise to unwind and release. And then the next one that I do will be clockwise, and that will be to then fill in the space that we've released from and allowing that to be filled with energy that is positive and healing. So just observing how you're feeling now. just take a moment to see if you've experienced a bit of a shift in your energy. I know I'm already feeling a bit calmer. So let me know, like type in the comments, how do you feel? How did that make you feel with a little bit of some sound healing in there? Oh, and thank you, Erin. Erin has popped in the link here for the registration in case you missed it and you do want to get all of those bonuses. You can still go ahead and do the registration. It's at bit.ly/upper body pain relief. Thank you, Erin, for sharing that in there. Okay. Yeah, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you've noticed a shift, if you enjoy the bowls, or even if you have some of the singing bowls as well. Let me know how many you have, because it can be addictive. Oh, and Erin commented, oh, that's so cool. I can feel that in my throat. Yes, yes, that's awesome. Thank you, Erin. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so some of the slides that I'll be showing here have some essential oils that are recommended to support each of the meridians. So before we get into that part, I would just like to share a couple of tips for using oils safely. Now, I choose to use Young Living essential oils. So these are the ones that I am specifically referring to. Results may vary with other brands. I choose Young Living for their seed to seal, is that the seed to seal quality that they kind of live by, actually. It's called seed to seal, because they start out by selecting the best seeds and then they cultivate them around the world. They have some of their own farms as well as partner farms with extremely strict guidelines as to the quality that comes from them. And then they distill it, they test it before it gets put into the bottle, and then it's sealed up and it is sent out all over the world. They are a worldwide organization. So yeah, so that's why I choose the Young Living oils. And some tips for using essential oils safely. Most of them you can use just in general, but if you're new to them, we really suggest starting off easing into them. So you can dilute with a carrier oil, and a carrier oil can be oils that you find actually in your kitchen. It can be a grapeseed oil, avocado oil. Those are my favorite ones to go to. I wouldn't go with olive oil so much. It's a little bit thicker if you've got, but it can be used in a pinch. And coconut oil is also a good one to do. So if you do find that you've applied some essential oil and you do experience some irritation, never use water to try and remove it, because oil and water don't mix. So you'll want to use a carrier oil to dilute that as well. And of course, use some common sense. Don't apply essential oils to sensitive areas like your eyes or your ears or your mucous membranes. Like, don't be putting it inside your nose. All right, so the first, okay, so the neck and shoulders. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want relief from the discomfort that you may be feeling? 1 is, I kind of want to get some relief. It doesn't bother me too much. 10 is, heck yeah, I want this gone in a hurry and I'd love to learn some more about it. Like right now, I can't believe you're taking so long to get to it. And if I could snap my fingers and you'd have those resources towards better health and well-being, what would that be worth to you? Again, let's type in the comments, scale of 1 to 10. Let me know where you're at while I start to bring up some of these other meridian overlays here. So the first one that we'll be talking about for the neck, we will be working with 2 different meridians. There's a gallbladder and a bladder meridian. So the first one I'll show up here is the gallbladder meridian. Now, the reason I'm bringing this one up, it does show the whole meridian. So I did want to share with you that even though we're working just in the neck area, this is a huge meridian. It's one of the longest. It's actually the 2nd longest meridian in the body. And it does start up around the head, crisscrosses across the skull, and goes around the shoulder, down the side, and all the way down to the feet. This one, there is a balancing point on the foot. We won't go into that one today. That's part of my immersion program where we dive deeper into these meridians. But the essential oil that is good for supporting this meridian is lavender. So there you go. There's the picture of the full meridian. And the other point that we will be taking a look at is on a bladder meridian. Now this one is the longest meridian in the body. And this one starts at the eyes, comes up over the head, down the back twice, and then continues down the back of the leg. And again, it ends on the foot. Balancing point, which is, again, I cover in my holistic healing immersion program, is on the foot, but we dive into that in that program. But for today's purposes, what I wanted to share with you from this slide is that so that you can see the full energy meridian that travels through the body. And again, we will be taking a look at a point that is situated on the neck. The essential oils that do support this meridian include Endoflex, which is an endocrine supportive blend, as well as Thieves, which is another blend by Young Living. Okay. So we've got a couple of comments here. Kim is saying, yeah, hers is on a 10. Barbara's sharing. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Hers is at a 10. Arlana's is at a 7 with ongoing daily discomfort. Okay, well, I'm looking to share these points with you. We're getting to them super soon here. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for sharing what you're experiencing. And so the next slide I'm going to show you is going to show you all of the points, and then I'm going to go into the specifics on how to actually find them on yourself and to find, and then what to do with them once we found them. So the neck and shoulders, here it is. These are the 4 points that we are going to be taking a look at today. Now I've shown it over the skeletal system as well as the muscular system, so you can get a sense about where they are. Now, the top 2 ones, the gallbladder 20 and the bladder 10 points, are actually located on the back of the body. So these slides and the info, this you will be sent and emailed, but be sure that you use it in conjunction with the information that I'm providing with you in this video tutorial today. So the gallbladder 20 and the bladder 10 are on the back of the head, and then the gallbladder 21 is on the top of the shoulders, and the large intestine 14 one is on the side of the arm. So gallbladder 21 and large intestine 14, those are going to be when we get to the shoulder part. But right now we're going to take a look at this for the gallbladder 20 and the bladder 10 points. And I'll show you those and what to do with them. Okay, so the first one, gallbladder 20, it's called the gates of consciousness. One of my favorite points because it's a connecting point. It quite literally is like a gate of consciousness. It's what's connecting between what's going on in our minds and what's going on in our bodies. And the bladder 10 point is called celestial pillar. And let's get to finding where those are exactly. So let's start with gallbladder 20. Gallbladder 20 is, we're going to find that by using our thumbs and coming along the back of the head where the base of the skull is. Of course, now we're dealing with neck and shoulder, elbow, wrist pain happening here. You may not be able to raise your hands up like this. So if one side is uncomfortable, then just do this on one side or just use one hand or the other, depending what's comfortable for you. The most important thing is that you're able to do this with ease and that you are not going to exasperate a situation that is already there. So I like to use the middle fingers and the pointer fingers. So these two, taking that down and feeling along the base of the skull. Actually, I like to use the middle fingers, like the best I find to find this. Finding where the base of your skull is, you can tip your chin up a little bit to kind of give you a sense of where that ridge lies. And you find the center point, and from there going out about an inch to each side of the center line of the spine there. And what we'll be looking for is a hollow area. This one's quite large. This one's on the larger side. So your finger should be able to fit like nicely right in there. And we'll be going to just kind of tipping the chin up and down again, just to kind of get a feel for that. If you've got any questions, let me know. Just type in the questions and I'll try and answer them for you. Once you've found that hollow, you're just going to use a light touch. It can be sensitive, particularly if you've got a lot of pain in this area. So using a light touch, trying to start to feel for the sensation of releasing and letting go. You can even close your eyes for this too, to kind of get, eliminate the visual sensation, start to see with your fingers. So taking a deep breath in, exhaling as you're feeling for this space. See if you can feel the tension that may be present there starting to ease up. Deep breath in, exhaling, feeling relaxation through this area. Going to a lighter touch. Let me know if you're able to, of course, after you've done this, see if you type in and let me know if you've been able to find this point and feel the pulsation. Pulses usually come after a minute or two. So you're going to find this point when you're doing this on your own, holding this for 1 to 3 minutes. And really focusing with the breath as you do so. Thinking about that energy that's flowing through there, releasing any physical tension, releasing any emotional feelings that might come up, whether it's stress or worries. And moving that chin up and down again to give a bit of a massage as well as you're holding that point. Okay. So releasing the arms, giving them a bit of a shake and a wiggle. Give yourself a bit of a wiggle in your chairs, like stretch your arms out if you need to. The next point that we're going to take a look at is bladder 10. So this is the celestial pillar. It is very close to where we just were on the gallbladder. I'm going to actually show you the slide, the overlay again. So while the gallbladder 20 was up closer, it's on the back of the head, but closer to the in line with where the mouth is. This one's going to be down a little bit further. You can really see it on the muscular side where that yellow dot is. It looks like it's on the chin, but it's really be around that level, but on the back of the neck. So if you take your hand like this and move around to the back of the neck, and what we're going to be looking for here is a ropey muscle that goes up and down the neck. So from the center line, if you can go like this together at the back of your neck, and then you're going to come out a little bit like that and starting to feel for the ropey muscle that's on that back of the neck. And this is where, now I like just use all 3-4 fingers. You're going to hit the point. If you're not sure if you've got the right spot, just expand the area that you're actually using. So this is, you'll feel it on the ropey muscle. So now for this point, we're going to just kind of feel for it. Feel for any tightness or tension. Again, if one of your arms is not able to do this, just try and do it with one hand. And then again, taking a deep breath in, exhaling, releasing, letting go, even allowing your chin to drop down a little bit. Breath in, exhale, releasing. You may even feel tightness and tension just melting away under your fingertips there. So when you're practicing this one at home, again, holding for 1 to 3 minutes and with a focus on your breath. If you're finding that your arms are getting tired, you can do this one while lying down. It's also good to do when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed. And now we're going to do a combination of accessing both of these points. Oh, feels so good already. So we will do a combination now with the gallbladder 20 and the bladder 10 points by doing a neck press. So interlacing your fingers together and up over the back of your head and giving a light little squeeze. So the action is like this, like putting the palms of your hands together. Just a light squeeze. Again, you don't want to aggravate anything. You want to be able to get a light massage in here over these acupressure points. And dropping the chin towards the chest, allowing your arms to rest. No pulling here. Just let gravity do its thing. This is a stretch that you'll start to feel going from the neck down towards the middle of your back and in between your shoulder blades. So Orlana, this is the one that I was thinking of is good for you if you're feeling that. If anyone else is feeling that tightness through in between the shoulder blades, it's allowing that chin to drop towards the chest gently, interlacing your fingers behind your neck, allowing the arms and the elbows just to hang and let gravity do its thing. And then adding in the slight neck squeeze, neck press. And you'll want to do this for, again, 1 to 3 minutes when you're doing this exercise at home. And giving a squeeze. Deep breath in and exhaling, letting go, releasing any tightness, any tension. And slowly allow yourself to release your arms from behind your neck, slowly raising your chin up and moving your neck side to side and back and forth. Feeling how that feels for you. Let me know how you're feeling. Type in the comments. Did you feel any relief from any tightness there? Sometimes people feel it right away. For others, it will take some time and some practice. That's why I've got that chart for you, where you're at on day 1, how you're feeling after 3 days, how you're feeling after a week, and then after 3 weeks. So be sure to chart yourself on that and track your progress. Oh, that does feel good. All right, so the next one that we will move on to, because we've just done the neck one, so that's your tip for the neck today, your one exercise. Will be for the shoulders will be a point on the gallbladder, which you're already familiar with, but I'll show that slide again. The gallbladder meridian is this long one that crisscrosses through the head and comes down the neck and across the shoulder, goes down the side, and goes all the way out to the foot. Okay, so that's the gallbladder meridian. So one of these points will be on that. And the other point will be on the large intestine meridian. The large intestine meridian is quite a bit shorter. Again, it goes from the head and goes down the arm and ends on the arm. Begins on the arm and comes up through the arm and ends on the face. So the balancing point is large intestine 4, which we will actually get to on another day in this series. The essential oils that go along with supporting this meridian are lemon and peppermint. And let's see, so I'm going to go back to the slide where it's got all of them. So we'll be taking a look at the gallbladder 21 and large intestine 14. Those are the ones we're going to do next to target the shoulders. And I'm going to show you a combination with those that is excellent for shoulder relief. Okay. So gallbladder 21 is called shoulder well, and its location is right on the top of the shoulder. So we're actually going to use, so if you're using your right hand, you're going to go to your left shoulder. If you're using your left hand, go to your right shoulder. So It's right on the top, and it's called shoulder well for a reason, because you're going to start to feel an indentation, a hollow. And what are those called? They're called subos, like a hollow bowl. I'm just going to pop up the slide again so we can see. So it's right on the top here. If you're feeling for like where the muscles are, it's like right where your traps, and it's like right in there near the top, kind of a little bit towards the back, not necessarily right on top, but it can also go towards the back a little bit. Okay, so that's that. Okay, we've got some comments here too. I'd love to just review some of those before we keep going. So the fingers laced process is a great stretch. Yes, it is one of my favorite. Erin's feeling less tension in the neck now. And Arlana is asking, how do you want us to use these oils for these exercises, aromatherapy or fingertip applications? Actually, you can, Arlana, you can diffuse them and have them present in the room. There's several ways that we can use essential oils. One is by inhalation, which is usually with a diffuser, or even taking a drop or two, rubbing them on your hands and inhaling that way. You can apply them topically, so you can use the essential oils and just apply them to these areas around the neck and shoulders. Again, being cautious that they do not get in your eyes. And that's an excellent question. Thank you for asking. And you can apply that in a bath. If you'd like, I do have an awesome bath recipe that is so good for replenishing magnesium by using Epsom salts. And then I love adding baking soda, which helps to balance the pH. And yeah, and then the essential oils for pain relief. So yeah, so that's how you can use them. Some of them are ingestible. We're not getting into that here today, though. And of course, that depends on the brand that we're using too. All right, so the shoulder wells right on the top. You're going to come across with one hand and you know, just use all 4 fingers. Give a good grab on there. Opposite hand, you're now going to come down that shoulder from the top of the shoulder, like a brick coming right down the center. You're going to feel for where that muscle, the deltoid muscle, and there's an indentation there. This one is super sensitive. So if you're finding some tension or tightness, like, oh my goodness, that's really sensitive, you're in the right spot. So this one is held together. Deep breath in, and then exhaling. And you can even drop your chin to the chest again, or just get into a relaxed position. And focusing on the breathing, focusing on the release. This is one that I actually use when I'm working on my clients. I do this one on everybody right near the end of the session. It's excellent for releasing neck and shoulder tension. Deep breath in, exhaling, releasing, and letting go. And you would do that for 1 to 3 minutes before changing and doing it on the other side. So going around to the top of the shoulder, and then other arm coming down, feeling for that indentation in the arm, and using the deep breathing, inhaling, releasing and letting go, allowing the neck to rest as well while doing this by lowering the chin to the chest. Deep breath in, exhaling, releasing, and letting go. So as you're doing this, it would be 1 to 3 minutes when you're doing this at home, and don't forget to track your progress. And let's see, we've got, oh, Arlan is like, yep, that is the tightest spot. Yes, it is a sensitive one. So that's okay. That means you're in the right spot there. And we've got another comment, some emojis, got little hand claps and hearts, and love it, love it. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Oh, got somebody else asking as well. Hi, Carly, this is great. What about the jaw? I think with all the stress we are all day clenching more these days. Oh, absolutely. There are spots for the jaw, and actually, you know what? I would suggest, I was going to get into this a little bit later, but since it's come up, I am inviting everyone who's watching here today, if there are things like this that you have that you would like more specific info about, I'd like you to book a consultation with me. It's free, there's no obligation, and I will be able to give you more specific pinpoint tips and techniques that you can use specific to what you are going through. Let's see, that can be booked through, oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Book a pain relief breakthrough session with me. It's through bit.ly/bookwithcarly. Use the capitals that you see there, capital B, capital W, capital C, and make sure you come to the right Carly. And so that one is available. And if my helpers can maybe post that link in the comments, both YouTube and Facebook group, that would be awesome, because that is something that I like to offer people, especially following up from this. I want to make sure that, you know, if you've got anything, any questions about these points specifically that you'd like to follow up with some one-on-one with me, I do have a half-hour session that I have freed up, and I only have 6 spots of those available right now for the series. So if this is something that you think you might want, go ahead and book that right after we're done here today, because those spots are definitely going to be filling up. I only offer a few of them each month. And actually, this is an excellent example too on, you know, how in my program, when we go through each meridian individually and we look at all the healing points, this is the kind of thing that I do, is like ask my group, hey, what do you have going on right now? What other tips are you looking for? And then that's when we dive in and I share those with you. So it's all self-care, self-healing, all done from your comfort of your home, but with being guided by myself. You can take advantage of my decades of learning that I've done, so that you don't have to go through over 12 years of learning this. I'll be able to share you what I've learned with you like right away. Okay. Oh, all right. So let's see. So I'm going to show the slide again that has these points that we've just covered. So it's the gallbladder 20 and the bladder 10 at the back of the skull and in the neck. The gallbladder 21 is top of the shoulder, and large intestine 14 is on the outer arm. This slide will be emailed to you, to all the registration people. This will be sent out to you. I think I'm going to do it today. And then there'll be specific ones for the next couple of days as well. You'll want to come back and learn about the elbow one and the wrist one, because I'll also be diving more into the energy healing and doing some more chakra balancing and some more Tibetan bowls in there as well over the next couple of days, as well as some other goodies. And if we have more time over the next couple of days, I'll be able to address other points as well that come up. All right, so the guidebook with the acupressure charts, I'll be emailing those out. All right. So if you would like to learn more tips specific to what you are experiencing, please go ahead and book that pain relief breakthrough consultation with myself. It is a $120 value, but for everyone taking this series, it is free and there is no obligation. In the call, you're going to learn more ways to help relieve your specific pain that you are experiencing, and that can be beyond the upper body as well. There's acupressure for emotional healing, there's acupressure for physical common ailments as well, because really nobody should ever have to live with pain when there are these natural and free solutions that can help ease it and even eliminate it altogether. So thank you everybody for coming and joining me on this series. By participating, you are receiving the guidebook with the acupressure charts for easy location. I'll be emailing those. There's the guided meditation that I have already sent to the early registrants, and I will resend that again in case you've missed it. And I actually have a bonus for the viewers as well. I have a couple of $100 coaching vouchers if you do decide to that you really resonate with what I'm talking about here, and you'd love to dive in deeper and perhaps even join me in my program, which I have starting up again in October. And I do also have a Jumpstart masterclass happening in September as well. Type bonus in the comments if you would like to be eligible to receive one of these $100 coaching vouchers, and I will notify the winners at the end of the series. You can actually enter each day for more than one chance to win. So that would be a way to do that, is just to type in the word bonus into the comments, and that will automatically enter you to win one of my $100 coaching vouchers. So if you are serious about taking charge of your health and well-being, and this series really resonates with you, I do invite you to take that half-hour consultation one-on-one with myself, the one that's free. There's no obligation, and it's a pain relief breakthrough consultation. So I do have a limited number of spots available for that. And to do so, just follow the link that we've got in the comments. Oh, Alana's already got bonus in here. The link is a bit.ly link, and it's /book-with-Carly. Choose a time that works with you. I did free up quite a bit of space for next week. I did keep some open as well as for the remainder of this week. And choose a time that works with you. It'll be a Zoom consultation. We will meet like this and with a video, so we get to see and I can share with you how to find and locate the points and give you some tips as I'm watching what you're doing. Yeah, and I do appreciate everybody coming and taking that step towards learning this and learning these acupressure points. This is over 7,000 years old, this knowledge, and it is definitely here for us to use and make use of. So make sure you come back tomorrow and Thursday for more tips and that guided meditation. And I'll let you know again about booking there. You'll want to book that sooner rather than later, as I do have a limited number that are available. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. And I'm just going to pop up a slide that has some references, and then again I'll show that link. So I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you again for watching. Bye for now.